Hey everyone, I hope you're ready for a fun video. It's well, it'll be fun for you. Wasn't so fun for us after we had to clean the tractor off and getting it unstuck. However, there's gonna be some awesome drone footage towards the end, and I hope you'll stick around and watch it. Morning everyone. Just finishing up this gate right here. It's almost done. I kind of saved you guys the details of cutting it and welding it together. Basically, all we did, it's two 20-foot sticks of 1 1/4 inch pipe, thin wall. I think it's 1/8 inch, maybe less, might be 1/16. Anyways, lightweight stuff because we want to put this up on a gate or as a gate, and we want it to be light so that it's not dragging that post down or putting undue stress on that post. All welded up, almost all welded up. I got one little strip left right here, and then we'll be done. I just kind of thought I'd give you an update. We've been slowing down a lot on YouTube videos, and nothing, exciting has been going on, and it's just been kind of smooth sailing. And the few things that we have done just really weren't video worthy. Mainly just getting stuff ready for winter, like we always do, getting the barn ready and getting the trailer ready to be able to haul sawdust. So you're not missing much there. So we'll get this finished up and move on to the pond. We are gonna do a little bit of work with the tractor later and the skid steer. So if you all ever had a day that everything was just going too good, I'm living it today. Just one of those days that I wish I had a Yankum rope, because I truly think that with kinetic energy from that rope, I think I could have pulled that out with my truck. However, it's not the situation we're in, so we need a tractor. Oh. Well, that just adds up to the rest of the way of the morning anyway. In case you were wondering what I was referencing in the very beginning of the video or from the thumbnail, we got our tractor stuck because our skid steer is pretty well useless when it comes to moving dirt in anything other than concrete. And I mean that. Those concrete tires are great on concrete, but they're just not useful for anything else. So that makes it to where I can't use the skid steer to move this dirt. So I said, hey, that's not a problem. We got the tractor. That'll have plenty of traction. See if Jason let us borrow his hydraulic back blade. We'll throw that on. So we did. It went great for about 20 minutes. And now I can't get the tractor out. I had to call Jason to see if he could come pull me out. It's rough. I'm gonna sit here and eat my lunch, even though it's 2 o'clock now, while I wait for Jason to show up with his tractor to get me out. Yeah, we planted a tractor. I wonder if it'll grow. It's one of those moments I'm hunting the good stuff. I'm not that stuck. I don't know how well you can see this, but I have to come up to get out of this, and the problem is I can't get that blade up high enough to where it's not dragging in the dirt. You're going to see it as Jason pulls on me to get me out, hopefully. Morning, everyone. I know the last time you saw us, we had the tractor stuck and everything. And anyways, we're continuing on with the pond project. All we need to do now at this point is roll what we've disturbed as far as the dirt around the pond and for the pond bank that we have raised. The reason we're rolling is because we want to make it to where there's good compaction in there, and then after we do that, we will spread some grass seed and we'll go roll over it again. The reason we're rolling over it again after we put the grass seed on is to make good seed to soil contact and to keep it from being an endless buffet for any of the birds that are flying by. All right, so this is what we wanted to fix, because before we built this up, essentially what would happen is as the pond got too full, water would literally run over the top of it, and then what happened there is it eventually eroded this away. So we built that up, put these PVC drains in, so obviously you can see one's higher than the other, because as the waters get higher, if let's say we get a flash flood, you know, where we get, I don't know, a couple inches within an hour, it may need both of them. But until then it doesn't, and so I want them to have an overflow, and I want it to be a controlled method as far as the water flowing out of the pond. Because if this water starts to flow too fast, it's going to start eroding over here. By the way, if you look through here, you can see that the other end is not completely open. It has a grate over the end, and that keeps it to where fish can't, you know, essentially fall out of the pond or swim out of the pond. You can see that we do have some concrete chunks that we found laying around, and we're going to bring some more over here as well. But when we bring all those over here, all we're doing is just lining this so that it makes it to where it'll flow. and it won't erode anymore, and hopefully that will keep our pond bank more secure and keep it from leaking. Get out of that. Now the trickier part is that I don't really have any intentions of being able to drive this tractor right here all the way around the pond, but I would like to have the ability to if I ever needed to for some reason. So like, let's say I wanted to brush hog this, right? If I can bring the tractor all the way around, then great. But if I can't, then I'd have to back up from that side. And while yes, we can do that, it's not necessarily our favorite idea. You can see this spot's a little low. After we rolled it last night, we're gonna get some, I'm gonna grab some more dirt from right here and just spread on this side. That side's probably low because when we were putting that in, I definitely didn't pack as much dirt on that side as I probably should have. The rest of this, as you can see, we rolled all of it last night too, and where our tractor lugs barely dig in, that's good. That means we've got it compacted really well. In the other spots where, let's say, it digs in a little more, it's probably not compacted as well as it necessarily should be, but it's going to be fine in this case because it's not real deep mud. Over here, on the other hand, not the same case. This is where we sank the tractor. Well, I guess it's been a week ago now. And you can see that this ground is obviously not level, but it did need packed down for the simple fact that it was so unlevel that you wouldn't be able to drive the skid steer across it. Like, it was that bad. We were able to get some of this padded out last night, which worked out well because I wanted to have the sun dry this as much as possible in order to get all of the area around the pond. Basically, I want to get all of it rolled out so we can plant grass seed. I know it seems like we made a mess, and yes, we kind of did, but this is all dirt and sediment that came out of that pond, and that's why we want it to be kind of spread around the side of it to build it up some. This is the exact spot that the tractor had sank down. This is where the back tires were. Front tires were right up here, and then as we backed forward and backwards, as you've seen in the video, we just simply couldn't get out because that blade was dragging as the front of the tractor went up. It made it to where that blade had went down more. But I do believe that everything is much drier now, and we're going to be able to do a little bit of rolling. So let's go ahead and try that out before we mess with anything. you can probably see, not a whole lot more I can do with it. I've displaced a lot of dirt. We're gonna have to let it settle a little while, and then maybe next summer we'll be able to smooth this out a little bit more. Like I said, we made a big mess, and that's the crappy part about getting stuck. I mean, yeah, I get it. It gets some more views on YouTube, but in the end of the whole scheme of things, it's not worth it for me, because this cost me a lot more time and effort than what it should have. Just to kind of show how soft this is, I can step on it, just me, and it's, you know, kind of sinking. So it's like pudding. Actually, I guess it's more like Jello, because it's a little firmer than pudding. All right, prepare to laugh hysterically, because we don't have a spreader that goes on the back of the tractor. And even if we did, it'd still be inconvenient to disconnect the roller, spread all the seed, and then hook up the roller again. So we're just using a simple lawn spreader, and we got some grass seed that we harvested earlier this year. You can go back on the channel to see those videos, using an old gleaner combine that Jason has. All right, it's relatively smooth and flat. Still, like I said, couldn't do much with that moist area down there, and that's just kind of how it is. We'll have to do something with it as time goes on. Maybe once we get some grass growing there and it firms up that soil, maybe we'll be able to get the roller across it and kind of smooth it out some more. We'll just have to see how it goes. But for now, I wanted to show why we roll all this grass seed in and what the purpose of it is. You can see right here that grass seed that's in there, right? If I brush my hands across the top of it, it won't go anywhere. That's important for two real big reasons. Number one is obviously going to be rain, because this isn't a bottom, right? It's a pond, it's a low point. You can see it's all high ground around it. So all that water is gonna come down here. Obviously we don't want our grass seed washed away. The second reason, and probably the more likely of things to happen, is birds eat seeds when they see them. And if they're packed in, they can't get them out. If they're not packed in, like this, right? I can go across it and I can move all those seeds, and obviously that means that birds could eat them, and it also means that water running across the top of this is going to sweep it away. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, I really hope you hit the like button, and even if you just stuck around to the end, I mean, it probably deserves a like if you watched it that far, right? Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We have more than 50% of our channel is viewers that are not subscribed, and all it does is it helps you out to see when we post new videos. Doesn't email you, doesn't cost you anything, it's free, so consider it. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next time. Just cleaned it up, got all the mud back.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. All you people go in the house and you get your stuff everywhere. And who's got to clean it up? I'm going to be the messiest darn eater there is. Oh my gosh, I get, come on, you let's just wipe that off.